every day, no matter where you are, whether it's in our office or whether it's at the grocery store, the movie theater. Like, we see people walk around in bondage every day, whether that's in bondage from finances or from anger or from depression. In our case, we see a lot of people walking in bondage of pain. And I think the most important thing that I could, or best advice that I could give, is invest in yourself. Just invest in yourself, invest in your health, give it time, be consistent, be patient.
What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Heskett and Caroline here for another fantastic episode of Coffee with the Chiro. Today, we have a very special guest. She is near and dear to my heart because she gets the job done. We have our Chief Operational Officer of Heskett Family Chiropractic with us, Noelle Miller. Welcome, Noelle.
Yes, the boss lady is with us today.
We're in trouble.
It's a lot to live up to there.
Yes, she is pretty much does everything at Heskett Family Chiropractic. I'll let her share a little bit about that. But we are honored to have you on today, Noelle, and we're excited about, just the history of how you got involved with Heskett Family Chiropractic. And so, Caroline, I'll let you kick us off today with the first question.
Okay, I love asking this question. How or where, you can answer both, did you meet Michael Heskett, Dr. Michael Heskett, to start your journey towards HFC?
So I started at HFC in May of 2021, which is crazy to believe. But so at the time, I was working for a church. COVID happened, crazy stuff happened. Anyway, I felt like God was kind of closing the door on vocational ministry in my life, and that it was time for that season to be over and for me to move on. And so I found myself at Outback, which is where I started when we moved to Knoxville. And if you have ever worked in the food service industry, you know the shelf life of those seasons should be very short. So it was time to make a change, and I got on Indeed and just started applying to anything and everything. And I came across Heskett Family Chiropractic's ad. And I didn't know much about chiropractic care. I had been to a chiropractor in the past. I knew that it worked. I had great relief with it. And so I thought I'd give it a shot and applied. And what's funny is my husband and I joke a lot about little did I know that when I left my church job and thought ministry and my job life was over and done with, now it almost feels like I'm doing more ministry here than I ever have in my whole life. So I remember when I applied, I was asked to come to Morristown, Tennessee, which I am a girl from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm familiar with small towns, but that was a new one. So living in Knoxville, and then driving all the way to Morristown to meet Dr. Heskett to do my interview. Started back in 2021.
That is so crazy. And to go from COVID 2021, all of the things, to now, did you ever picture this, that you would be here, like what, 3.5 years later, COO, giving Dr. Michael Heskett all the to-dos all day long? Seriously.
Absolutely not.
Come on, preach.
I still don't see myself doing that.
Let me just break that down for everybody. Let me just break that down for everybody out there in case you don't know. Basically, COO is Chief Operations Officer. Basically the ins and outs of the everyday Heskett Family Chiropractic. Noelle is in charge of that. She actually is managing all of our 16-ish employees. So we add to that and subtract from it at times. But right now we have 4 chiropractors. We're looking to hire another chiropractor, and then we have 6 or so CAs, 2 massage therapists. So Noelle's job is to manage all of that, and she's the queen of spreadsheets. And
Yes.
so basically I'll share this with everybody, probably about last October, I realized that if we're going to open a fifth office, which is our vision right now, and a sixth and seventh and so forth, we have to have somebody who's organized, which is not my strength or skill set, to help us get organized. And Noelle is the king of the spreadsheet. She can make a spreadsheet like nobody's business. And she got to talk a little bit about, she can bake a cake too. We'll talk about that in a minute. But
Yes.
so I said, Noelle, will you take this responsibility on? And she really didn't know what she was answering to, but she said
I don't
yes.
think I did answer for a while.
She didn't. And so I just want to say, since that time in October, that she has taken the bull by the horns. And not only have we grown, but we have grown in pretty much all of our offices. And we have changed and implemented new systems, and just our office runs. I know as a patient, you think sometimes, wow, when you drive up, the parking lot is full, but yet when you get inside, it's what we call organized chaos. But the office is running fluidly, and for the most part, our patients would vouch that they're in and out of our office in a timely manner, and the care is, just the doctors are providing this just unique individual care to the patient, and yet it's not taking all day. And that is due to the work behind the scenes that no one sees that Noelle does. That's why she's on the podcast today. But Noelle, can you share with us, what is your favorite part about being in a chiropractic office, or maybe maybe a certain miracle would stick out to you, but what do you love most about the position?
So I guess I'll preface it, what I love most, with the miracle that's one of my favorites in our office. I mean, there's a ton of miracles that we see every day, and how do you not love a miracle? So there's a lot of them that I love, but I think um, one of the miracles that stands out to me is we had a guy come in for his first appointment. This has been 2 years ago. We had a guy come in for his first appointment. He hardly said anything his first visit. Just very stoic, very quiet, very standoffish. Very short answers. You could just tell that he was in a lot of pain, and that it was almost like this was his last resort, just because he was in so much pain and he was willing to try anything. He had he had surgery scheduled for his low back, and he had surgeries scheduled for his hip because he was in pain, and was told by other doctors that that was his only option. If he wanted a pain-free life, that was his only option. And so because he invested in himself, he decided to look out and seek other options. And here we are 2 years later, and he had canceled all of his surgeries. No surgeries, because he is completely pain-free. And what would have been maybe catastrophic for his life, because you never know. I mean, surgeries are a huge risk. They can either be beneficial, or they can be just absolutely catastrophic, and you never recover from them. And so just to see that the chiropractic care worked for him, he's pain-free. He is going on more trips with his wife because he feels good. He's able to go to work without being in pain. He comes in all the time. And I think here's the bonus miracle, is that when he began seeing relief in his body, his whole mental attitude changed. He tells us now almost every time he comes in that chiropractic care saved his life, and that he couldn't wait to get to his appointment, because it has helped him mentally, as far as physically as well. And his mood is better. He's happier. He told us that sometimes when he has a bad day, he works in construction, so sometimes he has a bad day. And on those days, he said, I just can't wait to get to my appointment, because I just know that when I come in, I'm going to be met with kindness. I'm going to be met with smiles. I'm going to be met with love. And I leave here with a better attitude. And then I'm able to go home to my wife and be in a better mental state. And so I mean, just to see the weight of pain, not only physically, but mentally melt off of him has just been pretty incredible to see.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
What would you say on the flip side of that? There's a lot of patients that listen to this. There's a lot of people that say, I've been coming for 6, 8 visits. In your experience over the past few years, what would you say to a patient that maybe is stuck, or they're not progressing the way they should? They're not that chiropractic miracle. Like, what has been your experience as far as the subluxation and just watching people heal in time? What would you say to somebody that's, saying not getting those kind of results?
Yeah. So I'll get there. Let me preface it with this. I think because we do have those people that live in fear of not getting better, we walk beside people every day that feel so negative in their life because they think that's all that pain is, all that it is. Like, they just have to figure out how to live with pain, that there is nothing better. I mean, every day, no matter where you are, whether it's in our office or whether it's at the grocery store, the movie theater, like, we see people walk around in bondage every day, whether that's in bondage from finances or from anger or from depression. In our case, we see a lot of people walking in bondage of pain. And I think the most important thing that I could, or best advice that I could give, is invest in yourself. Just invest in yourself, invest in your health, give it time, be consistent, be patient, because when people are coming regularly and they're committing and they're making their appointments, even though they may not experience anything in the first 5 visits, doesn't mean that healing's not happening, and it doesn't mean that it's not coming. And so when they invest in themselves and they commit to coming to their appointments, we get to see the bondage of pain break, and that's incredibly exciting. And so when people are out of pain, it not only affects obviously their physical, but it affects their mental. And so we see people come in happier. We see people more positive and more optimistic, and more optimistic about their health and more optimistic about their life goals. And we hear stories all the time about how people are so thankful that they're able to play with their kids. They're able to lay on the ground and play with their kids and get back up and not have any pain, or not take 15 minutes to get off the ground. And people play with their grandkids. And for some people, they're just excited that they can get out of bed in the morning and not have pain. So to see those people being released from that bondage of pain, or leading to breaking of depression, breaking of negativity, all because they just said yes to themselves and yes to their health, it's been motivating and inspiring for me personally in my personal life. But I think that's why it's so important for other people to share their stories, to see where they were, to see the condition that they were in, that they felt like that was it for their life. But then to see their success, their small wins that led to big victories, and knowing, like, being able to share that chiropractic care worked for them, and it didn't just affect their physical body, but it benefited their whole well-being. So for those people that feel like this is it for them, pain is all there is, just hang in there, invest in yourself, commit, come to your appointments, and I promise you will see change.
Yeah, we just recently got back from a remarkable practice where we took the entire team, and we talked about how we can play a role in educating people. And we are just this month unraveling this Better Results Faster workshop, to where we're going to talk about the 3-legged stool adjustments and rhythm, getting your adjustments, keeping your appointments. I talked to somebody yesterday and they're like, I'm just not any better. I'm just not better. And I looked at their thing and they had been there twice, 2 times in the last 9 weeks. And I'm like, well, that's not adjustments in rhythm. That's not even close to, that'd be like going, missing all your chemo appointments and then going, I still have cancer. Like, obviously you do, you're not hitting your appointments. And then there's adjustments in rhythm, there's corrective exercises, and then there's breaking bad habits.
Yeah.
Share with people out there how important you feel like it is, as the leader of Heskett Family Chiropractic, to attend one of these Better Results Faster, and maybe just a little bit about what's going to happen at those?
So I think part of investing in yourself is not just making your appointments and expecting everybody else to do all the work. I think you have to take responsibility of your own health, and you have to take responsibility of your own time. And at that better results faster, we do talk about exercises you can do at home, and things that you can do to help you hit your goals faster. And I think you have to be responsible for yourself, because if who's going to invest in you other than yourself? And so we're giving you the tools, we're giving you the actions and the things to do. And so you just, when you come, you have to make that commitment to yourself, not just to us. You have to make that commitment to yourself that this is the goal that I have. These are the tools and resources that have been given to me. And we wouldn't put this stuff together if we didn't believe in it. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't think it was going to bring success. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't going to benefit you. And so taking charge of that and doing that stuff at home, it will, I mean, you can't go to the gym one time and automatically lose 30 pounds. Like, it takes time, and sometimes you have to go to the gym and do this workout. Sometimes you have to go to the gym and do that workout. And so we give you the tools, we give you the resources to do that in the office and at home. And it truly, I think, will be a huge benefit to all of our patients that attend.
Yeah. I think having that personal responsibility is huge in all aspects. And I think that's a huge missing piece.
Yeah.
To when they say they're not getting results as fast as they want, or after a couple visits,
Right.
The other thing too, and maybe you and Dr. Michael can piggyback off this, because, we have 4 offices in 4 different locations. There are still other chiropractic offices out there as well. But what do you think sets HFC apart from other offices?
You mean other than working for the Heskett? Having the
Yeah.
Heskett as a part of
Here we go. Here we go. Come
Yes,
on.
who comes in wearing a Snuggie one day, carrying a stereo on his shoulder, rapping to 50 Cent one day. Yes.
Mr. Elvis.
I don't know who you
himself.
speak of. I don't know who you speak of. Keep on topic. Hey, did we still rolling on your timer? Are you still rolling long term or short term? Mine's short. Like 58 seconds. What is yours?
Oh, yeah. We're good. Yeah.
Okay,
you're good.
Going. Okay,
You're good.
just checking.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Noel. Sorry. What sets the office apart?
I think one thing. Yeah, I think one thing that does set the office apart is our team. Like, there are so many things that I truly love about our environment. There are few things that I don't like, but I think the team is probably the biggest part for me, because I feel like our team is absolutely amazing. And I can confidently say that there's not one person on this team that doesn't have a desire to see people healthy. There's not one person on this team that doesn't desire seeing people walk pain-free, able to meet their goals, their life goals, live a better, healthier, happier life. And I just am thankful that our team goes above and beyond every single day to make sure that every person that walks in our door is met with respect, met with kindness, and being a part of a team like that truly is a breath of fresh air. I've worked in a lot of places that were not that way. And so having an environment, having a team like that, I think does set us apart. And yeah, it's encouraging. I love that part.
What do you say to that, Dr.?
Yeah.
Makes me all teary-eyed. I think that when people, it's like one of the things that's happened when you have 4 offices, you serve more people than you did when you had 1. You have a wider, you have a wider impact. That's the word. So there's a wider impact when you have 4 offices than you have 1. And there will be a wider impact when we look at this 5 years down the road and we have 10 instead of having 4. And just, what's crazy is, like now this week, Dr. Andy and Dr. Sandy are out on vacation. So I'm using my back instead of my brain. So I'm actually adjusting people, which is kind of scary. But I've just had a gigantic week and appreciation for what our team does, what our doctors do, what our on a day-to-day basis. No one would choose this. I mean, no one would choose to come in and try to flip the narrative. We don't just walk in every day and go, sorry, we have a 10-month waiting list. That's not what's happening here. Like, we are constantly swimming upstream. We are educating patients, but it is a grind. Like Dr. Tyler has been in some busy offices this week, and yesterday I was in Morristown and people were looking at, where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? I'm like, well, Dr. Andy and Dr. Sandy are married, so when they go on vacation, we're obviously shorthanded. So, we can make them go with other people on vacation, but they probably want to go with each other. I bet. Well, at least, Dr. Andy does. But Dr. Sandy might pick someone else. But anyway, that's just a joke. But anyway, it's just like, why would anybody choose to have to flip the narrative every single day? Because every third commercial is a drug commercial. If you feel bad, take this. If you're depressed, it's 12:30 at night. Oh, you're depressed, take this, you'll feel better. Well, everyone's depressed at 12:30 a.m. You're awake. For crying out loud. You're tired, right? You're probably hungry and you're depressed. So if you take this, it'll make you happy. And then they show a video of this woman tiptoeing through the tulips, and you think, oh, I'll take that. I'll feel fantastic. And then it says side effects may cause increased blood pressure, heart attack, death.
Anal leakage.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. Yes. Your liver to explode.
Another thing of medicine.
It may cause depression extra. If you're depressed, don't take it. So all these things, and then we walk into this chiropractor's office, and he tells us we need 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, worth of care. And you're like, hey, why do I need 6 months worth of care? Because you haven't done anything for your health over the past 30 years. Well, I didn't have pain. Well, pain has nothing to do with how you're functioning. So there's a constant grind, or if you will, or resistance that we're pushing up against. And being back in the saddle, so to speak, this week has really encouraged me that we still have work to do. There's still so many people out there who don't understand the principle of chiropractic, the principle that health comes from above, down, inside out, and that God designed your body to be healthy. He designed your body in His image, created you to be healthy. But what I love about the team and the revelation we had when we went to TRP is we're not just, as some people walk in our office and say, you're going to pop my back or crack my neck or whatever. That's not what we do. We are changing the quality of people's lives. And without Noelle doing what she does, we would not be able to do that, because she is keeping us on the right path and keeping us organized and keeping us accountable. One of the things, too, I want to say is, about the team, while Noelle's talking about that, is that you have this team that not only do they show up, but they have a smile on their face, and you don't hear about their problems. That's what I love about the team at HFC. We understand that God is sending us people in that front door, and we have to leave our problems at the back door. When our team, what I love about Heskett Family Chiropractic is that and it's not me, it's not Noelle, it's the people that God has called into this ministry at this office to serve and love on people. I didn't say they were perfect. I said they serve and love on people. And when people get angry with them, they still serve and love them. When people disagree with them, and the people that are disagreeing with them are absolutely 100% wrong, they still love and serve on those people. And that's, I know that's mine and Noelle's heart as the leaders of Heskett Family Chiropractic. And Noelle has shown that. She calls people, shows them grace, shows them love, even if, not every single person that we see, what I said at the beginning, we have a broader span. So with a broader span comes, that's what I was saying, more issues. If you serve more people, you have more issues. And so Noelle she deals with those issues on a day. Sorry, I was a little redneck tongues, but that she deals with these things on the day to day. And you could never know how hard it is. I do to, apologize to someone, and then the next person walks in the door, and you have to take that mask off and put the love mask on, for lack of a better term. So I don't even mean mask. I mean, it's a loving heart is what I'm saying. You get my theory on that is like, you can't get stuck with one person, because one rotten apple can spoil the whole bunch. And wherever you go, whatever you do, whether you serve in a restaurant, and I hope this is a blessing to you, wherever you work, like, we only have one option here, and that is that when people walk through our door, we want them to walk out better than they walked in. And if they're not, we want to do everything in our power to love them in a way that they say, gosh, something about that place makes me feel different and better. So, and you're making a huge impact on that, Noelle, and we're so, so grateful for that. You have another question, Caroline?
No, I think that just you just put a nice, beautiful Christmas bow on this episode.
Well, I had to. I have a Snuggie on, so I had to wrap it all up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, this is my this is my freezing. We keep things pretty chilly up at HFC. That's another thing. I'm sure, Noelle said there was a few things that she didn't like. One of them is that we keep our temperature at Mach 50.
That's true.
So yes. Dr. Tyler, he tends to work up a sweat pretty easy. So, but anyway.
But I love our space heaters. We do have those. So that's another part of the job I love.
We are keeping the space heater. I'm thinking about investing in space heaters, because they're miraculously under tables everywhere in all office. I said, I feel like I'm freezing on my forehead, but I'm burning up down on my feet. And I look down, and there's a space heater kicking it. Noelle, anything else that you want to say before we close off?
No, I just I thank you for inviting me to be on here and sharing my heart. And I just love being a part of the team, and it's truly an honor to serve our patients and to work alongside our staff. So,
well, that's fantastic. And I know that with Caroline, she's on here as well, helping us with the marketing, and with you out there helping us stay organized and make sure that all of our patients are taken care of in a way that would honor God. I know that the Lord is going to continue to grow. And the last thing I'll say is, it has never been my goal, nor no sane person would want four different offices. However, I want to say that God has already called us to another community. We know where that community is, and we are just waiting on Him to send the right person. I have an interview tomorrow, and we are interviewing doctors on the regular, not because we want another office. It's because that community needs a principled, godly chiropractor to help them the way that chiropractic has helped so many of you out there. So continue to pray for us. Noelle, thank you for being on this episode of Coffee with the Chiro. We're so grateful for you and everything you do. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all. Till next time.